And good evening, baseball fans, baseball family. Hope all is well tonight with everybody. Just came from a really, really good game on Baseball Demos channel, his 2024 Demolition League. It's really, really, really good. So make sure to check that out. Lots of quality baseball on so many great creators' channels here. Just to give a few people shout outs, RJL Network just reached 1,000 subscribers. Sports Time Machine, another great baseball channel. Our Red Sox fan, of course. Can't forget Al. Just so many good, just great baseball out there. Franchise Stars Baseball League is going to be a little ways down the line with a Legend Sports Universe, but most of you are fans of other sports as well. So Samuel Smith joining us. Good evening, Sam. Great to see you. Great to see you here. Haven't seen you. I guess last night we didn't see you or anything, but good to see you here. Let's see who else. Aaron Reed. Aaron Reed has a good channel. Let's give Aaron Reed some love out there. I don't know if ID Jester's still doing baseball or not. I haven't been receiving notifications from him or our Red Sox fan, but I hear that Al's been doing a lot of boxing, and in my estimation, nobody does boxing like our Red Sox fan. Dave Little back to doing some wrestling, I've heard. Yeah. So many good content creators. Of course, the big thing too is please join our Den McGreevy Discord. You know, for you guys that don't create content on YouTube, still, we share what you're doing, share your projects, what you're doing on cards and dice, things like that. It's gonna be great. So before we get into this ball game, another announcement. Bernie Strom and I, we've switched up our plans a little bit. So I'm going to be doing a thing about Ned McGreevy on my own, as opposed to the Diamonds and Dice podcast, because we have a really, really special treat. There's Brother Jack Dawson, and there's Cousin Ken Castro. We got a hell of a pitching matchup in this game coming up, but let's get this announcement out of the way. So on the next Diamonds and Dice podcast will be in September, and it's going to feature Mike Silva. Now, of course, everybody knows Mike Silva because of his great ballparks mod for Alla Park Baseball, and also his uniform mod, which doesn't seem to get as much press, but it's superb, just as superb as well. But Mike has he's blown it wide open now with this new project. So something to just tease your brains about. It is a tournament that he has created in Out of the Park Baseball 26. And it is every major league team from 1901 to 2024 in this tournament. It's absolutely insane. The professor joining us here says he's awake for how long, he doesn't know. It's a work night for me, so this isn't going to be a very, very long broadcast, but I'm glad you're here, Professor. Is it possible to get a no? I wish it was. So Samuel Smith asking here, and I'll just bring this up for anybody who catches this later. He's asking, is it possible to get an earlier version of Don Broad Baseball? The older interface is much better. Man, you are preaching to the choir, brother. I have tried, I've explained to Richard that, look, I've having this baseball family here on YouTube, and pretty much to a man, everybody has said that they like the older interface and would actually think about buying the game. The thing that's turning everybody off is the new user interface. It's bah. Oh, I understand totally, Professor. It's all good. It's all good, man. You just take care of yourself. That's what's important. So, and I mean, the ante's going to be upped a little bit because what's been introduced into Digital Diamond Baseball is Sports Illustrated Baseball. And I'm guessing probably for version 14 will be a full implementation of the game. And of course, Don Broad Baseball is Sports Illustrated Baseball, and Richard did a great job with it. And so I don't ever want him to take this personally, but again, this is coming from everybody in the community and I've shown the two side by side, the earlier version of Don Broad Baseball and the new version, and hands down, people prefer the look of the old version. And Richard, I really, really hope that you work on that, scale the fonts up, do some things, because that other one looked really nice. The only problem with the old interface was having that blue on green while blue and green is a nice combination, I probably would have done like yellow on green just to give it a little bit more baseball aesthetic. But it was easier to navigate. It was easier on the eyes as far as the user interface. So hopefully, of course, Pocket Pennant Run. It's still up in the air whether there's going to be a release this Sunday. Now there's been a few. Paul just let me know that there might be not necessarily about the game, so I'm not sure yet. Stay tuned for that. But Pocket Pennant Run is going to allow you to not only customize your own dice, but I believe Sports Illustrated Baseball, the dice are there for this game. So for any of you that either have Sports Illustrated Baseball or you want to play Dombrov and do your scoring in Pocket Pennant Run or what have you, there is that. So hopefully Richard will, because he does have a very, 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 very good game. It needs some tweaks. Mr. Shot. This man, he's marquee. He gets marquee here, man. So glad it finally was a way to catch a broadcast. It's been a while, Mr. Shot. We got to catch up, brother, at some point outside the community. So, and I mentioned the content creators, of course, Bernie Strom, and of course the guys at Field of Dreams, the Field of Dreams League. So Steve Tate, who is the community's action PC baseball guru. He is the man. So those and many, many more channels. Some that are missed, haven't seen in a while, is Higher Ground Gaming. Eric, not sure what he's doing these days. The Two Earls. Chris Delaware, which I guess he's slower board gamer or something now. I don't remember. But please support everybody's channel, and let's have a lot of fun and join that McGreevy Discord. And you get free baseball games. Holy hell. Labor Day, we're going to have lots of baseball on here, Labor Day. So with that said, welcome back to the Decades League in Action PC. I know last night I said when I come back, next broadcast would be Diamond My Baseball, but I can't leave Dizzy Dean and Christy Mathewson waiting. It's going to be the 1930s versus the 1900s. So the 1930s right now in this league are in second place, 2 games behind the team they're playing tonight, the 1900s. Dizzy Dean takes the hill for the 1930 squad. Christy Mathewson, Big Six, will counter. So 9-3 for the 1900s and 7-5 for the 1930s. And both of these pitchers, undefeated, Dizzy Dean and Christy Mathewson, both 2 wins, no losses. Mathewson points ahead in ERA with an even 2. Dizzy Dean at 2.67. So Labor Day is going to be fun. It's going to be in and out. It's going to be not like a crazy marathon like I do on Super Bowl Sunday, but there's going to be a lot of baseball. And asking everybody again, please in the comments, because I do read the comments, please tell me who your favorite baseball team is, and if there's a particular era of your team or whatever. I mean, we're doing a lot of like maybe exhibition games or stuff like that. We're also going to be doing a game, not to steal any thunder from classic baseball on the radio, but we're going to be picking a game from the Internet Archive, which has tons and tons and tons of actual radio broadcasts. So I'm thinking of the game from that, probably maybe the 1934 All-Star game or the 1951 Bobby Thompson shot heard around the world. I'm not sure yet, but so we're going to do that. We're going to do a little bit of micro league baseball. We're just going to be baseballing it for a good while on Labor Day. So hope you guys can join us in and out. Okay, so Mr. Shot says Marlins. Nothing to be ashamed of there. We'll get those Marlins in here. All right. So Clinton says he's waiting for the October Pocket Pennant Run. I think a lot of people are waiting for the October Pocket Pennant Run, and it's going to be amazing. Again, I don't know whether the new the next update, whether that will be really available Sunday or not. I'm kind of back and forth with Paul. He's like, well, Craig did send me a file if you want. And I'm like, well, we'll see. I mean, if you think it's ready, I'll go with it. But, I would rather be patient. All right, so we're going to be managing the 1900s, or rather, hopefully, cousin Ken Castro will be helping manage the 1900s. So again, how these work is this is like 1900 to 1909, then the 1910s are like 1910 to whatever to 1919, so on and so forth. This league runs from the 19th century up to the 2000s. This is an old subset of the baseball history collection, and if Dave doesn't re-release this thing, I'm going to at least, he knows what I purchased and everything. I would like to at least create a 2010s because it's time, right? All right, let's get to it. I always just switch up neutral ballparks all the time. For a little while now, we're going to be playing in Busch Stadium, that cookie cutter. It's just for a backdrop. There's no park effects really turned on or anything like that. So let's go. All right, looking forward to this. This is going to be a good one, I think. So let me see. So no, we have a last minute substitution. So Dizzy Dean not pitching for the 1930s. It looks like it's going to be Lonnie Fry. Okay, well, so much for all of that. But we do have Christy Mathewson. So let's go. Let's go to it. And I'm sorry, it's Benny Fry. Goodness gracious. All right, welcome to Busch Stadium, where the 1930s will take on the 1900s. So two teams at the top of this very, very tough league. So Benny Fry is going to make the start for the 1930s. He's made 2 starts in the year, and he's 1-1 with a respectable earned run average of 2.60. So actually, about 7,000th of a point better than the original starter, Dizzy Dean. Christy Mathewson counters, and he is 2-0, as said, with an ERA of an even 2. 52 degrees here in St. Louis. The wind speed is 10 miles per hour, left to right, and the man in blue says, "Play ball." All right, let's look at the starting defense for the 1900 squad. In left field, it's George Stone. In center, Roy Thomas. And in right, Buck Freeman. At first base, Fred Tenney. At second, Napoleon Lajoie. At short, Bobby Wallace. I know a lot of people will be raising an eyebrow. Why not Wagner? We're actually splitting time between Wagner and Wallace. And while Wagner is considered the greatest shortstop in baseball, Bobby Wallace, no slouch. At third base, Bill Bradley. Catching, Johnny Kling, a member of those great Cubs squads of the first decade of the 20th century. And on the mound, the inaugural class of the Baseball Hall of Fame, Big Six, Christy Mathewson. All right, leading off, late of the Pittsburgh Pirates and playing right field for the 1930s, is Paul Wainer. So Paul Wainer hitting .327 with a home run and 2 runs batted in. Welcome in, Todd B. Welcome in, Todd B. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Thanks for coming in, everybody. And Wainer swings in the first pitch, and great diving stop by Napoleon Lajoie, flashing the leather and getting Paul Wainer for out number 1. All right, that brings up second baseman Charlie Gehringer, well-known, well-beloved of Tigers fans, a Hall of Famer. Gehringer hitting .233 in the season, and he has batted in 2 runs. See if Big Six is going to be working that his famous fadeaway pitch, what we call a screwball now. 1-0 pitch, and this one is going to be just a little liner, soft liner to left, but this gets past Bobby Wallace into left field. George Stone up with it and gets it in. So Gehringer, good for maybe about 14 steals in the season, has yet to steal. Here's a man that really needs no introduction now. First baseman, Lou Gehrig, and he is hitting in the young season. So remember, we are just in game 13 for these teams. Gehrig hitting .381 with 5 home runs and 11 runs batted in. All right, here we go. Mathewson, studying the signs from Johnny Kling, has one he likes. Checks Gehringer at first, and here's the pitch, the Iron Horse. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Buck Freeman, plenty of time. He will bring it down for out number 2. Charlie Gehringer getting back to first. All right, 2 away now for Black Mike, Mickey Cochran. And again, as you can imagine, both teams loaded. Cochran hitting .333. He's got 5 runs batted in. Runner on first, 2 down, just underway here in St. Louis. And the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and strike 3 called. And that one on a fastball from Christy Mathewson. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 1/2 inning in the books here at St. Louis. 1930s nothing, and the 1900s coming to bat. Dwayne Mart's YouTube network. There's another great content creator. Subscribe to that channel. Dwayne, how are you doing, my friend? All right. So some questions here about looks like something about Digital Diamond baseball. All right. Digital Diamond baseball, excellent game, and Dwayne Martz is your guru for that game. And I got questions for Dwayne about the ballpark editor. I seem to be doing something wrong, but I'll hit him up sometime soon. All right, look at the starting defense now for the 1930s, and these guys are stacked as well. In left, favorite of the Detroit Tigers fans in 1934's former Cardinal Ducky Joe Medwick. In center, from the Cleveland Indians, Earl Averill, and over and right from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Paul Wainer. At first base, the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. At second, Charlie Gehringer. At shortstop, a man tutored by the greatest shortstop in baseball, and this man, one of the greats, Archie Vaughn, a Hall of Famer that doesn't really get a lot of chin wag, if you will. And at third base, hard hitter from the St. Louis Browns, Harlan Clift. Behind the mound, Black Mike, Mickey Cochran, and on the mound, Benny Fry. All right, leading off here is center fielder Roy Thomas, hitting .217. And here we go. And here's the pitch. And promptly, Roy Thomas, hard hit ground ball into right field. So Gehringer ranging to his right, but too much velocity in that ball. Wainer gets it in quickly. So runner aboard, and Roy Thomas has some wheels. Here comes Napoleon Lajoie. Lajoie, pretty good start to the season thus far, family. He's hitting .279, 3 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Yeah, Todd B., I completely agree with you about Digital Diamond baseball. It is a great game. I love it too. For season replays, hey, there's High Camper says Modern Relic. But yeah, doing a custom league, which is what I do mostly in Digital Diamond, is not friendly at all. So that's why I want to get with Dwayne about ballparks, especially. I keep having issues with doing ballparks in Digital Diamond. But what a great game. What a great game. If you want to do a season replay in Digital Diamond, it's like 1 or 2 mouse clicks and you're ready to rock. If you want to do a custom league, be prepared to put some time to get it ready. All right. Lajoie now stands in. And the 1-0 pitch, the throw down, and Roy Thomas has himself his 3rd stolen base of the season, so expect the 1900s to use a lot of speed. All right, potential first run in scoring position. Lajoie back in the box, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike, and the throw to second, and Thomas gets back safely. How about that? So Fry with the spin around, and Thomas, too smart of a base runner to get caught napping there. Is Charlie Gehringer was kind of cheating in a little bit. All right, let's go to it again. 1-1 pitch, and this one, line drive, base hit. This one's going to go all the way to the wall in right field. Roy Thomas is going to score. Lajoie going for 2. Paul Wainer up with the ball. Strong arm by Paul Wainer, and gets the ball into Archie Vaughn. So bucko to bucko. But drawing first blood here, the 1900s. It is 1-0 here, bottom of the first, nobody out. Benny Fry in a little bit of early trouble. And again, I apologize. I put Dizzy Dean up there, but there's a last-minute substitution. All right, here's the right fielder, Buck Freeman. Freeman hitting .219. He's got 2 home runs in here, 6 runs batted in. Um, so Dwayne says it's not bad. Oh, I'm sure it's just I've just got to just get a little better idea of your workflow in it, Dwayne, because I do want to do Digital Diamond Baseball. I've been buying the damn thing ever since version 3, and I love the game, but somehow doing ballparks and there's a lot of stuff you got to do by hand in that game for custom leagues. So I'll get with you, Dwayne. I'll get with you. All right. McGreevy and Digital Diamond Baseball. The original McGreevy and Digital Diamond Baseball as a Satis Pro game. That would be a blast. That would be an absolute blast, Clinton. Definitely got to agree. Just heard some big YouTube news. Jester and Ruff are no longer doing the War Room. We got to marquee that. So Clinton says he did the original McGreevy League, and it was our McGreevy League. Clinton, you were part of that. That's cool. So this is huge, man. This was something that I mean, I'm not a war gamer, but I used to tune in because sometimes they would do, like board game stuff, like Massive Darkness and Gloomhaven and stuff like that, and Folklore. But wow, they're not doing it anymore. That's seismic. I wonder if they're going to come up with something else, man. I haven't seen Jester in a while, so got to see why I'm not getting notifications. Thanks for the heads up, Dwayne. So, guys, if you've been looking forward to the War Room, I guess that's done. Wow. All right, Freeman in the box, and Benny Fry ready to deal. 2-0 pitch, and this one base hit center field, and Freeman is going to have himself an RBI as Napoleon Lajoie comes in to score. In the 1900s, showing up to play some baseball. 2-0 here in the bottom of the first, and it brings up first baseman Fred Tenney. Tenney off to a good start, hitting .310. He has 2 RBI, including a dinger. All right, so Buck Freeman on at first, good for about 12 steals in the season. And first pitch, and what do we got here, though? No, Fry fires over to first. And Gehrig puts the leather on him. Safe, says the play-by-play, which I rarely look at, but trying to adjust the speed in this game is crazy because I didn't see the throw over. All right, here we go. And the pitch. And Tenney, this one just a little kind of bouncing number, and Clift goes to second, and they're going to get the lead runner. Good heads-up play by the 1930s former St. Louis Brown, Harlan Clift, coming in on that ball and stymieing the sacrifice attempt. So fielder's choice instead for Fred Tenney, and brings up left fielder George Stone, 267, 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in for him. And one of the features I always love about Action PC, it's so information laden. It really, really is. You get your slash line for splits down there under the batters. Really, really like that, and also the pitchers slash line up here. So good stuff. Such an excellent ball game. All right, here we go. The count, no balls, 1 strike, and Stone swings. This one, room service bounce to Archie Vaughn. Score that one, 6-3 on the play. Fred Tenney will move to second. So potential third run in scoring position for the 1900s, and it brings up Hall of Fame shortstop Bobby Wallace, hitting an even .300, 5 runs batted in. And count full on Bobby Wallace. Good eye up there. He's going to draw the walk. So Benny Fry in a little bit of a trouble here, giving up 2 runs in the bottom of the first. First walk of the ball game here, as third baseman Bill Bradley in the box. He's hitting .300, 2 home runs, 4 runs batted in. Mickey Cochran sets up the target for Benny Fry, and the 1-2 pitch, and this one, line drive, base hit past Gehrig into right field, and Fred Tenney is going to come in to score. So if you're a dead baller, you're going to be happy with this so far. It's 3-0 in the bottom of the first. So, yeah, sounds like they had a disagreement on how the show was going. That's too bad. It's too bad that can't be worked out, because that was really, really a lot of fun. Rough Swordsman and ID Jester doing the War Room. That was like just a Saturday thing, man. And I would always, when I would get home from work in time on Saturdays, I would try as often as I could to just tune in and just listen for a little while. Such a great show. I hope they can get it worked out and get it back on track. That was one of the premier things. If you're like a sim gamer, war gamer on YouTube, they had such a great show. All right, Bobby Wallace at second, Bill Bradley trailing him at first, and here's Johnny Kling. Johnny Kling hitting 250, a home run. 8 runs batted in for the former Cubby. 1-2 pitch. Kling swings, fly ball to right, but Paul Wainer on his horse has it measured, and mercifully the third out for the 1930s. But 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 1 complete here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. The 1900s 3 and the 1930s nothing. All right, so Earl Averill, late of the Cleveland Indians, will lead things off here. Arky Vaughan waits on deck, and Ducky Medwick in the hole. All right, Averill hitting just 227 with 2 runs batted in. I was just thinking about this quote that I just read tonight. Hey, Rocky, how you doing, man? Yeah, Rocky's saying that he loved the show, The War Room, and he said that that's bad news. It certainly is, Rocky. Let's hopefully they can. I mean, they had such a good thing there. I mean, it'd be like, I don't know, it'd be like Ron Jockett and Dave Gardner not doing the Digital to Dice podcast anymore. Really would be. So I read this quote tonight. You guys know, just geeking out on Baseball Digest since I got that subscription. George Selkirk talked about his an at bat that he had. So it was his first home run in the majors, and they were playing at Comiskey. So Ruth is on the team, and blah blah blah. So George Selkirk says, I came up and I hit a home run in the upper deck. He said, then Babe Ruth came up and hit one out of the park. He said, at that moment, I realized that not all men are created equal. So I just love that quote from George Selkirk. I wanted to pass that along to you guys. I mean, man, an upper deck home run, you get really proud of that. And then this Palooka from Baltimore, Maryland, just hits it out of the park, gone. Probably hit a few Model Ts out there on the way, or whatever they were driving in the late 20s, early 30s. Not Model T, well, yeah, some Model Ts, whatever. Probably some old Packards. I don't know, you car guys would know. So now Mr. Schott saying he thought Ron quit digital. Did he? Well, I'll be dipped in you know what, man. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff tonight that I didn't know. I thought they were still doing that together, but okay. I know that he's back on YouTube. I know he was on Twitch for a while, which is why I quit following Ron Jockett. Nothing personal. It was just, Twitch sucks. I think for this kind of gaming. If you're going to play like Age of Wonders, you're going to play Stellaris, you're going to play, Warhammer, Total War Warhammer, I think Twitch is amazing. But for games like this, I don't think Twitch is the right platform. Just my opinion, of course. Opinions are like noses. Everybody has one. Matty deals. 1-2 pitch. Averill sends this one to center field. High, but not deep enough as Roy Thomas moves on to his right. He calls off George Stone and makes the catcher out number 1. Matty now will face Arky Vaughan off to a slow start here, hitting 147 with a run batted in. All right, so Johnny Kling sets up the target, and Big Six ready to deal with the bases empty. 1 down. 2-2 pitch, and this one hit hard up the middle, but Napoleon Lajoie showing that fantastic range. Would have been a great play for anybody else, but for Lajoie, it was routine. Score that one 4-3. 2 down for Ducky Medwick. Medwick hitting just 150, a home run, 5 runs batted in. Medwick hoping that in the 9th inning of this game, he's not going to be pouted by fans as he was the 7th game of the 1934 World Series, where Landis tried to beg Medwick to leave the field. I mean, the Cardinals already had it won, but crazy stuff, man. They had glass soda bottles back then, and Medwick out there, I guess, just loving it all. Dangerous hitter, but right now, slow start for Ducky, just a home run, again, in 5 RBI. Matty deals, full count. Medwick swings on this one, and there we go, base hit. Center field, Roy Thomas played on the perfect top, and Medwick is aboard. Medwick known for a powerful bat, but not a lot of wheels. Here's Harlan Clift hitting just 103, a home run, 6 runs batted in. I fully expect Harlan Clift to pick up the pace as we go along. Again, just in game 13 of this project. 1-2 pitch to Clift, and not this time, as Harlan Clift looks at a fadeaway pitch from Christy Mathewson. That's what we've been waiting for. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second inning. The 1900s lead the 1930s 3-0. Midlife Crisis joining us. So Vinny has replaced Ron Juckett. Okay. Midlife Crisis says, didn't mind watching on Twitch, but I constantly get buffering while trying to listen at work. If your cell signal changed at all, it affected the stream. Let your membership lapse. And shortly thereafter, Ron stopped streaming on it. I'm glad he's back in YouTube. I really am. He does his games when I can't see them at noon. Obviously, I'm already at work, and while I'd love to catch them, that's a busy time of day at FedEx. So, all right, here we go. Lonnie Fry will face the 9, 1, and 2 for the 1900s. Christy Mathewson, and back at the top of the order, Roy Thomas and Napoleon Lajoie. So this is going to be the first plate appearance. No, it isn't. I'm sorry. Mathewson is 0 for 7 on the season. But Matty not in there for is bad. Fry deals 0-2 pitch. Mathewson swings, and look at this. Just as I say it, hard liner into left center. Averill and Medwick converging on the ball early. Averill calling off Medwick, getting the ball, and Matty on at first. All right, back at the top of the order now. Here's center fielder Roy Thomas. He singled to open the game. 1-2 pitch. Thomas swings. Long fly ball center field. Averill about 3 steps in front of the track makes the catch. Mathewson scampers back to first as the throw comes into Charlie Gehringer. So 1 away now. Napoleon Lajoie. He is 1 for 1. Sacrifice, or a double, I'm sorry, RBI double that scored Roy Thomas, giving the 1900s its first run. They scored 3 in that first inning. Mathewson conservative lead off of first. Fry's 1-2 pitch. Lajoie swings. Oh, hard liner. Speared by Archie Vaughn. And quickly, Mathewson, luckily, keeping that conservative lead. There would have been a great chance for Archie Vaughn to double up Mathewson at first, but he was hugging the bag. All right. So anyhow, good evening to you too, Midlife Crisis. So Midlife Crisis was over at Baseball Demos, Demolition League 2024. Really check it out, guys. I really like it. I mean, and it's 2024 baseball, but I really like it. Really like what David's doing over there always. So, guy plays Strat Advanced as easily as like driving a car. It blows my mind. All right, here we go. Buck Freeman. So Buck Freeman, RBI single that scored Napoleon Lajoie. So Mathewson on at first, 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning. And Lonnie Fry to deal, 0-2 pitch, and Buck Freeman swing and a miss way out in front of that ball. Nice little change of pace there by Benny Fry. So that ends the second for the 1900s. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Top of the third, your score remains 3-0. And David Baseball Demos singing your praises here, brothers. Brother, say Beatles. He says, there we go. Oh, yep. So David doing the lyrics from Number 9 Dream from John Lennon. What a great song. Todd B, how you doing, man? He says, caught our Red Sox fan the other morning. He said he scaled back streaming a lot. Must have. I haven't received an Al Red Sox fan notification in ages, so just I mean, it happens. Sometimes you need a little break from this. Sometimes, as John Lennon said, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, which is apparently what happened to Dizzy Dean tonight. As you see, he's not starting. All right, here we go. What do we got going? We got the 9-1-2 due up for the 1930 squad. So it's going to be Benny Fry, Paul Wainer, and Charlie Gehringer. All right, so Fry on the year, 1 for 7, including a double. All right, right-handed hitter stands in against the great Mathewson. Let's see if he's still going to keep living using that fadeaway. 0-2 pitch. Popped infield, third base side. Wallace and Bradley converge. Bradley calling off Bobby Wallace for out number one. And Mathewson indeed came with the screwball. So another thing about the Internet Archive, guys, really, really quickly, in addition to the baseball games, there's a lot of free audiobooks in there from LibriVox, so it's public domain. And one of the things on there is Christy Mathewson's very classic Pitching in a Pinch. So if you're looking for some free audiobook action for baseball, check out the Internet Archive. There's a lot of good stuff on there. So, baseball demo says Beatles reminded me. Oh, remind me what software. So this is EVMUX, and it costs half of what StreamYard does, and it does more than StreamYard. I'm not as good at it with this thing yet as Dwayne Martz is. But Dwayne, I think Dwayne in Sports Time Machine was Dwayne really telling me about this. So, yeah. As far as the pricing goes, David, it's not bad. Again, it's maybe. Dwayne, what is it? This thing's like $25 a month or something. It's surprisingly inexpensive, and you can do banners. I could run like a little ticker tape thing along the bottom. So yeah. So Dwayne does the annual membership. I do it bi-monthly, but so $200 for the year. I really, really like it, David. I think it's excellent. I don't foresee really going back to StreamYard. Everything plays much more smoothly on this. I think the coding is a lot more. It's tight. You create studios, which is really nice. And Dwayne taught me how to edit the studios, and I like it, David. It's really good for branding too, branding your channel, which I haven't really done yet on this, but it's great. It's great. Dwayne just said, try it, Beatles, try it, because I was getting so frustrated with the jank on StreamYard when playing out of the park baseball, and even this one sometimes. And I hate OBS. By the way, you were talking about OBS. I can't stand OBS. I used to like it, but it's just nah. This is better. If you do like OBS, you might want to try maybe OBS Streamlabs might be better, but really, I mean, and that's free. So you might want to try that one, but I really like this one, David. So, oh, this is super, super, super OBS. So, all right, let me tell you really quickly, David, right? So, I have done a little bit of music on this channel, but it's always been on OBS. And to set up OBS to do live music is a pain, man. It's a pain in the arse. Like, you have to, oh my God, the stuff you have to do, right? With this thing and with StreamYard, let's be fair, all you do is you flick one little switch so it picks up desktop audio, and you're off to the races. But again, just really quickly, yeah, I would not go back to OBS. I don't care that it's free. It's crap. It's really, really crap. Let's do a sample ticker here. Let's do this just to show you a little fun. And this is, again, just very, very basic. So we're just going to put something in here. So, David, what I'm thinking is for your Demolition League, and you can change these live during the game. It's just really good. All hail. There we go. And then, right, then all I've got to do is save this, right? And then show it. And there you go. Whatever you want in there. And it's you can type quite a lot in that ticker. So one thing that we'll leave it up here for now. One thing that I think would be really cool for you guys that do is David, I know in his, when he did his radio broadcast the other night, he was talking about other games that are going on. It'd be very, very easy to just do like real-time updates while you're calling a game, or especially, David, if you're doing a premiere, because this has a thing called studio mode, which works. You can do things in studio mode while you're doing a live broadcast. Super robust. So So I don't know that anybody in the community has done one, but there's quite a few tutorials out there on YouTube for it. I like it. I like it. And I can't thank Dwayne Martz enough for um, just telling me about this. Half the price does twice as much as StreamYard, and kicks the crap out of OBS. It really does. I mean, yeah, OBS is free, but I always had sound issues with that. The sound was too low, and I had to practically have the mic like taped to my face. Because you guys know I don't have like a weak voice, but yikes. All right, Paul Wayner bats with one down. He's 0 for 1, grounded to second back in the first. Maddie has the sign from Johnny Kling. The 1-1 pitch, and this one, hard hit, line drive, base hit into center field. And Paul Wayner is aboard. Here's Charlie Gehringer now. He is 0 for 1. Single to left back in the first. 3-0 your score here, top of the third. Maddie deals, and this one, grounder to the right side. Buck Freeman up with it, gets it to Lajoie, and Paul Wayner is not going to test Freeman at this point. Good momentum coming in on the ball. 2 on, 1 out for the Iron Horse. Gehrig flew out down the right field line last time up. 1-2 pitch, and Gehrig looking at chase the fastball. So Mathewson, this one out of the zone, but a fastball by Mathewson. Strikeout number 3, and here's Mickey Cochran now. Mickey is 0 for 1, struck out last time up. So 2 down, 2 on for the 1930s. And the 1-2 pitch, or the 0-2 pitch, I'm sorry. This one tapper back to the mound. Big 6 off the bump onto Fred Tenney for the 1-3 putout, and that does it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The 1900s lead the 1930s 3-0, and it will be Fred Tenney, George Stone, and Bobby Wallace due up. Fred Tenney 0 for 1, bunted out to third last time up. 0-2 pitch, and George Stone swings and a miss on a nice hammer there by Benny Fry. So 1 away for George Stone now. Stone grounded to short last time up. Here's the pitch. Stone, first pitch swinging, this one deep to right field and at the wall. Paul Wayner hits it hard on the leaping grab. Oh my goodness gracious. Crashed into the wall. Paul Wayner is hurt. And we go from Paul Wayner in right field to a bat even more dangerous. 511 career home runs, one of the weirdest batting stances reportedly ever. This weird kind of corkscrew, front leg in the air, kind of shoulder turned in. The great Mel Ott, formerly the New York Giants, now playing right field for the 1930s. So while Wayner was a dangerous hitter, Mel Ott added considerable power. So we shall see what we shall see. Mel Ott in there. Let's see what he's doing thus far. He's just played in 1 game. So nothing happening for Mel Ott being used off the bench. All right, here we go now. Bobby Wallace at the plate. He drew a walk in the first. 2 down, bases empty. Benny Fry with a 1-2 pitch. Wallace swings, fly ball, left field. Back on it is Ducky Medwick, and this one off the wall. Bobby Wallace with a 2-out double, his second double of the season. And here comes Bill Bradley now, the third baseman for the 1900s. RBI single to score Fred Tenney back in the first. Again, part of that 3-run inning. That's the only score in this game thus far is that 3 runs in the first. All right, Bobby Wallace out there at second. He's not Hannes Wagner, but he does have some speed. Has a stolen base thus far. Fry peers over his right shoulder. Fry has a good move to second, by the way. And 3-1 pitch. And this one out to deep center, but Earl Averill tracks it down on the track for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. A man left. We go to the 4th inning. It's still 3-0. Christy Mathewson working on a 4-hitter right now. It's finally good to see Maddie doing well in one of these baseball sims. He tends to not do well in out-of-the-park baseball, curiously enough. Dwayne Martz says, I like the apps that you can use with it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is, yeah, I use the ticker app instead of the ticket that comes with it. There's really, really so much um, that you can do with it. I really suggest, guys, if you're gonna create content, this is the way to go. This is a champ. All right, here we go. Earl Averill. We're gonna have the 5, 6, 7 hitters show up. Earl Averill, Archie Vaughn, and Ducky Medwick. Averill in the game thus far flew out to left center. Back in the second. Mathewson pitching a beaut right now. And here's the pitch. Averill, bouncer on the first pitch. Bradley has it on the hop. Going to be a close play at first. And they get Averill by the proverbial gnat's eyelash. Great play there by corner man Bill Bradley. Doff of the cap from Mathewson over to Bradley. One away for the great Archie Vaughn. Grounded to second back in the second. 2-0 pitch. Vaughn gets hold of this one. Thomas back at the track makes the catch. So big old loud out there for Archie Vaughn in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette tomorrow. That would read like a line drive. Ducky Medwick, 1 for 1. Singled back in the second. Mathewson lets it go. 1-0 pitch. Medwick does it again. Base hit to center. So Medwick, perfect 2 for 2 on the day. And it brings up Harlan Clift. Again, not a bat to be trifled with. Struck out back in the second. Matty deals 2-0 pitch. Clift sends this one deep to right field, but Buck Freeman has it near the wall. And once again, the 1930s are turned away. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The 1900s lead this one over the 1930s 3-0. All right, and we're at the bottom of the order. Johnny Kling, Christy Mathewson, and we swing around to Roy Thomas. Johnny Kling, nothing for 1, fly to right center. Johnny Kling, great catcher for the Cubs of the first decade of the 20th century. Johnny Kling could gun him down too. All right, here we go. Benny Fry, hanging in there, has held the 1900s scoreless for the past 2 innings. And the 0-1 pitch. And Kling bunted foul, third base side. And this one will bounce over the tarpaulin and into the third row, knocking over some kid's pizza. Gotta love it. All right, count, no balls, 2 strikes. Kling swings. This one driven to right, but Mel Lott going back and making the grab. So Mel Lott, actually, that one, pretty good velocity. Mel Lott actually having to turn and run away from the plate to run down that Johnny Kling fly out. Okay, here's Mathewson. Big 6, 1 for 1 in the game. 1-2 pitch to Mathewson, and this time Mathewson fooled by a nice curve by Benny Fry. So 2 down, we go back to the top of the order for center fielder Roy Thomas. 1 for 2, he flew out to right center his last time up. Black Mike sets the target, and Benny Fry lets it loose. 0-1 pitch, this one bunted, and Gehrig up with it. Gehringer covering on that wheel play, and they're going to take care of that final runner. So there we go, nothing across. We go to the top of the 5th inning, still 3-0. Good ball game going on here. Mike Silva. Mike, I've been telling everybody, what did I call you? What did I call you? Like off the charts, crazy stuff, whatever, man. But I've been telling everybody about your project, and we're gonna have you on the next Diamonds and Dice podcast. We're gonna work around your schedule. So, guys, Mike Silva, man, next level. Every team in baseball, let your brain get around that. Let your brain get around that. Every team in baseball in a tournament, and I'm understating it, believe me when I say a tournament. Black Mike, okay. And he comes in just as Black Mike, Mickey Cochran. So, guys, you really got to check this out. There's been nothing done on this scale ever. And Mike's going to be talking about that, so we're going to work out a time that's going to work for Mike. So the next Diamonds and Dice podcast sometime in September. Every team from 1901 to 2024 in a tournament. It's insane, baby. It is insane. So you just ticked off the 8th bracket tonight. Damn. So guys, just you're gonna love it. You are gonna absolutely love what Mike's done, um, and the work that and let's give some credit, right, Mike, to his co-pilot on this, STJ Jamie. Also Jeff Hunter, offering some assistance, Big Clue as well. But this is Mike's baby, and when you guys see what Mike has done, it is absolutely there's not enough superlatives. There's not enough hyperbole out there. It's brilliant, man. It is brilliant. Yeah, Jamie, absolutely. The rest of us now, at least I feel very inadequate now. I feel very inadequate. You know how you say, like, some dudes drive muscle cars to compensate. I'm trying to figure out some way to compensate. When you guys see the scale of this project and how Mike did it, holy holies, because any out of the park player knows. So just to twist your brain around this, what is it, Mike? About 2,600 teams? Is that right? Yeah, David Lando for the name. Yeah, it's the big Mike. What is the name of what you do it the right way, man? It's the big beautiful baseball bash. Is it? That's what it's called. Of course, a play on Trump's big beautiful bill, right? But this is incredible. So think about this, out of the park players. You know, when you play tournaments, 70 teams. That's the limit, right? So Mike, this is a 2,600 team tournament. So let that rattle around in your heads for a while. And Mike has graciously offered to come on the next Diamonds and Dice to share with what's going on. Mike's also going to let me know when he's going to be broadcasting some of those games on his channel. So yeah, okay, guys, 2,676 teams. So there you go. So, and other thing, I'm not going to steal a lot of Mike's thunder, but one of the things he was talking about last night that he will on the Diamonds and Dice podcast is, you talk about immersion into baseball history, and he's been really painstakingly getting, imagine this, gentlemen, family, for 2,676 teams, getting all the uniforms right, the proper ballparks for the proper years, and all the other work. When you see the spreadsheet, your brain's going to explode. If you ever saw the old movie Scanners, be ready, dudes. It's amazing. And Mike is not a person that does small projects, but of course we know by his we also know by his avatar that he did beat anorexia. Hey, Larry Fox coming in. He says maybe there should be a betting line. How about it? Larry, how you doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing well. And I accidentally called you Larry Fox because my eyes are tired. So anyhow, Larry, hope you're doing well, Larry Fur. Welcome in. All right, here we go. Benny Fry, who's aged 20 years since I've been waxing poetic about Mike's killer project. Jeez. Here we go. 0-2 pitch. And this one grounded to right, base hit. So Benny Fry helping his own cause. So that's hit number 6 for the 1930s. Still no runs to show for it. Nobody out. We swing around to the top. Mel Ott, who came in for the injured Paul Wainham, taking his first at bat of the game. He's just 0-1 on the young season. Again, we're just in game 13. But Mel Ott, boy, one of the great sluggers of the game. 511 career home runs for Mel Ott. All right, bats lefty here with a strange batting stance. I do believe there are pictures out there of it. It's pretty crazy. 1-2 pitch, and Ott pops this one up the chimney, and a little outside the chimney, Bobby Wallace waving off Bill Bradley. Out, number 1. All right, here he is, Charlie Gehringer. He's singled twice, so 2 for 2. Benny Fry would like Charlie to turn this into a run. 0-1 pitch from Mathewson, fly ball right field. but too high. Buck Freeman has it just at the edge of the outfield grass and the warning track. 2 down as the ball gets back into Napoleon Lajoie, and here's Henry Ludwig Gehrig. So struck out back in the third. He is 0 for 2. Matty deals to Gehrig. 0-2 pitch. And that time, Mathewson not playing fair at all, but everything fair in this game. Gets Gehrig with the spitball. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, the 1900s, the first place 1900s over the tied for second 1930s, 3-0. And speak of the devil, and he shall arrive. And Larry says he's doing great, and you are most welcome. Jamie is here. So, guys, I'm going to put the link up here too. Please check it out. I'm not going to be offended. Go check this out. This is incredible. And you're going to love. If it's the video I'm thinking of, you're going to love it. It's going to crack you up. All right. So there's the link right here. So welcome in. Jamie's been doing. Wow. It's just incredible stuff. So there's the link, guys. Just copy it right from the chat. Okay. Jamie says, if you want, pause the game. The video is not too long. If you want to show. I could. Okay, can I do that? You gonna let me do that? That would be really nice. Okay, guys, hang on. Let me see. Is this gonna let me copy? It would not. Would let me copy the link. Let me see. Yeah, copy comment. There we go. Okay, so hang on, guys. Let's do this. Let's do it upright. Since I have Jamie's permission, let's do this. Because this is pretty fun stuff. Oops. Went the wrong way here. Beg your indulgence, family. Okay. So this is really okay. Yeah, this is very, very different. There's another fun video out there. But you guys ready for this? So just a little taster, right? Just a little taste. All right, let's take Jamie's comment down here. All right. Sorry about the game noise, but we're ready to go here. You ready?
Hello there, everybody.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I got to turn down the sound on Action PC Baseball because I want you guys to hear this. So just a moment. Let's turn everybody down, man. We'll turn it back up again. This is worth it. This is so worth it. I'm just turning everything down here. Actually, I could have just done that. I guess sound effects. There we go. All right, here we go. Whew. And I'm going to crank the volume a little bit here. And let's let her rip.
This is Mel Allen, and have we got a show for you? The big, beautiful baseball bash, a tournament like no other. Every team that ever played from 1901 to 2024, across the years, across the uniforms, across the dreams. How about that? Now you may be wondering, who cooked this up? Mike Silva did. There he was, watching a Discord stream. Great teams from history, trading blows. And Mike thinks, why stop there? What if we brought in every team from the modern era back to 1901? Big job? You bet. But Mike's a detail man. You might know him already. Those OTP ballparks, down to the brick and beam, uniforms, logos, the whole schmear. Numbers guy, precision guy. He just smiled and said, why not? And then he did it. Picture this, folks. 2,676 teams trimmed to 2,048, 32 brackets, 64 teams apiece, like March Madness. Only baseball. Best of 3. No one-game flukes. You reach stars of yesteryear against the heroes of today. Ty Cobb lacing the spikes. Barry Bonds turning on a fastball. Dizzy Dean staring down. Mike Trout, yes sir. The dream matchups live. And wouldn't you know it, upsets already. Over in Region C, the 1929 Brooklyn Robins, Dazzy, Vance, dealing. Knock off the 97 Braves. Then the 93 Cubs. Then the 94 Expos. Finally, they run into the 1954 Dodgers. A Brooklyn on Brooklyn beauty. Cinderella, you say? Pull up a chair. The 2000 Orioles, Mike Mathewson leading the way, storm through bracket 4 and win the whole thing. Oh, the moments we've seen, a walk-off inside the park grand slam. 24 innings of baseball, and then some. Kareem Garcia swinging thunder, 8 home runs, a ball game ending on a busted suicide squeeze. Who writes this stuff? Baseball does, that's who. We're just getting started. 4 brackets crowned. 1906 Cubs. 1908 Pirates. 1903 Cleveland Naps. 2000 Orioles. 2008 Cardinals. And most recently, the 1927 Yankees punch their ticket. 26 brackets to go. Which legends rise? Which dynasties fall? Which forgotten clubs remind us why this is the grandest game of them all. Stay with us, friends, because in the big, beautiful baseball bash, every pitch, every swing, every bounce of the ball, you can follow it here on This Week in Baseball. Until next time, this is Mel Allen saying, how about that?
So, guys, that was completely created by Jamie. I mean, it's amazing. Jamie, do you guys have the other video? We got to. This is a liberal asking this. Do you have the link to the other video? I think the guys would enjoy it. But guys, Jamie deserves a huge, I mean, that was all his work. Everything that you saw there. That was absolutely brilliant. So that should give you a taste of the, okay. So yeah. So guys, this next one is, you're going to love it. And again, we're not about politics in this family. Okay. But you have to see this next video. This is brilliant. This is brilliant, man. But yeah, that video, Jamie, I don't even know how you're going to outdo yourself on that, man. That was beautiful, man. Completely, utterly. And you know what? Captured the spirit of Mike's, well, you guys, of this project, and really captures the spirit of baseball. What do you guys think, huh? All right. This one is nuts. This one is so much fun. Oh my God. I died on this one. Had to do this. Let's go up here and let's just, you guys ready for this? My search. Oh, that's because I have Jamie's name in there. See that? That's what I get. All right, here we go. No offense there, Jamie. We got you. So guys, this is fun. This is so fun. I can't. This is just great stuff. There we go. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, this has to be full screened. And are you ready? Here we go.
Folks, this is big. This is beautiful. This is something nobody thought was possible. The big, beautiful baseball bash. They said it couldn't be done. Too many teams, too much history, too complicated. But Mike Silva, a smart guy, a numbers guy, a winner, looked at it and said, why not? And he was right. 2,676 teams, from 1901 all the way to 2024, not just a tournament, not just a bracket, the entire history of baseball all in one place. It's never been done before. Never. Step one, the structure. You've got to build it right, like I built things the best. First, the play-ins. 628 teams battling it out. Then out of the fire, bang, we get 2,048 left. And that means 32 brackets of 64. Beautiful brackets, the best brackets, like March Madness, but bigger, better, with more hot dogs. And the seeding, tremendous.
I love it.
Based on winning percentage, based on run differential, the real numbers. The spreadsheet, folks, it's a masterpiece. The rules, perfectly fair, no rigging things. The 1980 strategy season, no DH. I like that, a clean game. It's balanced. Dead ball guys, modern guys, everybody plays on the same field. Smart rules, fair rules, rules that make baseball great again. And the engine, OOTP. We didn't pick something small. We picked the biggest, the strongest, the only thing that could handle this. Not some little snack, a full course meal. We set it up right. Finances off, trades off, no nonsense, straight into the playoffs. And the players who should be there are there. That's commitment. That's excellence. The look, incredible. The 1908 Tigers in those classic flannels against the 1987 Astros in the rainbow jerseys. Caps, socks, fonts, logos, done by hand. Takes time, but when you see it, you say, wow. History, playing history. Nobody else does that. Nobody. And the results, amazing. Huge upsets. A 15 seed beating a 2 seed. People love that. You've got the 2018 Blue Jays knocking off the great 1975 A's. The moments, unbelievable. A walk-off inside the park, grand slam. You can't script that. A game ending on a failed suicide squeeze, pure baseball. This is a celebration. It's baseball the way it should be. The big, beautiful baseball bash. Say it with me. Big, beautiful baseball bash.
So come on, guys. If those if that doesn't whet your appetite for this, this is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So just stay tuned when we have Mike on here, and also I've asked Mike to, when he feels like he wants to do some broadcasts on his channel. I'm going to be letting everybody know exactly when that will be. So, and going to be putting it all over the McGreevy Discord. I'm sure they'll be putting in the Fields of Dreams Discord. And you got to check this out. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So Mike giving some love here. So awesome. Jamie doesn't admit. Yeah, that was just incredible. And you don't worry about the man behind the curtain. The wizardry is there, and that's all. You just got to believe. No, come on, Mike, you know me well enough. There's nobody bogarts, nobody throws things off. Never apologize, man. This is what this baseball family is about. So I don't know, you guys, maybe there's stunned silence, and maybe because you haven't seen what I've seen in this thing. It is a thing of joy. It is such a celebration of baseball. And actually, it's really hard to even continue this game after that. And don't say sorry for that either, Mike. So, so I'll tell you this, man. I was just mainly, Mike was just sharing just the spreadsheet with me, right? I mean, he was showing how Out of the Park was handling it, which is beautiful, by the way. But just the spreadsheet is going to knock your socks off. It's just crazy. So There are worse things to Bogart, says Modern Relic, my fellow musician in here. Absolutely. So no, Mike, please don't apologize, man. I welcome it. Are you kidding me? Man, I love it when people are doing great things like this. And I gotta love it. I'm a liberal and I just let your guy speak. So it's all good, man. I'm really, really excited. Mike, you got to bring this. You got this. People have to see it. You've been playing it in the Discord, in the Field of Dreams Discord, but come on, man. I don't even know. You guys don't. What do you got? It's called the Sports Dreams something Discord now. Whatever. I can't remember because I'm tired. But stay tuned, guys. We're going to be talking. No, it wasn't political. It's just that that particular. Well, actually, I've never had a president on this channel, so no, nothing political at all. But again, Mike, you and I have had. Mike is one of the good guys there that he and I've had some good. We have had good political conversations in the pardon me, in the Field of Dreams Discord, and it's in these days when a conservative and a liberal can have a good civilized conversation, yeah. And besides that, this project, you guys are going to come away and say, Mike, we want this. You will want this. And it's adaptable to whatever you want to do. But Mike will explain all that. So, yeah, exactly. So Mike says it was like when Trump had The Apprentice and everyone loved him. So there you go. Yeah. So, but it was fun. And Jamie's work on those videos, it's cool. There's one more thing, but I know that Jamie doesn't have it up on a Jamie, you know what song I'm talking about. But maybe we'll save that for the Diamonds and Dice podcast. What do you think about that? Oh man. So guys, look forward to that. Mike laughing here. What do we got here? So Silva's a fascist thug, but he's our fascist thug. David Lando hits it out of the park, man. It's all good. Anyhow, guys, no, it's just I can't wait. I almost want to tell Bernie, let's do it Sunday night, but we got to work around Mike's schedule and stuff. And so it's going to happen soon. And I really, really, really hope you guys will join us. It'll be here because it's my turn. We month to month switch off and on. So it will be on this channel. Let your friends know. I'm going to ask Paul Fay if he and Craig wouldn't mind if we even advertise this in maybe hopefully they'll do it in the Pocket Pennant Run Discord, because we all play a lot of different games, and I know there's a lot of games, a lot of people that play Pocket Pennant Run that do play out of the park baseball, and so there you go. That's what it is. And again, our president spoke, and he is right. He is right. There hasn't been anything like that. I've never seen anything. The only thing that I've ever seen or heard of that is sort of is whoever that guy is that rolls up like all his own. I don't know why I turn up plate music volume. I don't even use it. I think this is right. Hopefully this is right. If it deafens you, everybody, I'm sorry. There we go. Sound's back. All right. I didn't realize you could just one click and turn off the sound effects. The crowd might be too loud now. Who knows? All right. And here we go. Where are we? I'm still like so gobsmacked by all this. I love it. Napoleon Lajoie, 1 for 2 here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Lajoie with an RBI double back in the first and line to short in the third. Benny Fry deals 0-2 pitch. Lajoie, soft liner right to first, and no problem there for the Iron Horse. So one away for Buck Freeman. He is 1 for 2. Freeman struck out last time, but has an RBI in this game. Fry deals. 2-1 pitch. And did he get all of this one? He did not. Earl Averill, one of the premier center fielders of his day, covering a lot of range out there. A lot of acreage, making the catch. So 2 quick outs here for Fred Tenney. 2-2 pitch. And Tenney slaps this one towards second. Gehringer, with exceptional range there at second, makes the play to retire the side. We go to the top of the 6th inning. It's still the 1900s leading the 1930s 3-0. Christy Mathewson with a 6-hitter right now. 4 strikeouts, no walks for Matty. All right, and we have Mickey Cochran, Earl Averill, and Arky Vaughan duel. 1 for 2 as Black Mike steps into the box. Grounded to the pitcher last time. Mathewson peers in. 0-1 pitch. Cochran swings. Fly ball going back on a sinking liner, actually, is Roy Thomas, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Yep, how about it, Modern Relic? El Grande Sisto is dealing. Mathewson doing a great job so far. All right, here's Earl Averill now. 2-1 pitch. Averill, soft liner right to Fred Tenney. 2 up, 2 down. Mathewson, that time coming with a fastball. The reason I mentioned Mathewson's pitches is, and he talks about this in Pitching in a Pinch, is that he would go out and he would test his pitches. And he said if the fastball was getting him out, I would mainly stay with the fastball. If that didn't work, I would try the fadeaway and then the curve, and so on and so forth. And he said if I got down to the changeup and that was working, and if none of them was working, man. So, but it's an excellent book. But that's why, but that his fadeaway pitch that was purportedly taught to him by the great Rube Foster was just a devastating pitch, huh? And there's no screwballers in the major leagues now. There's no knuckleballers. So what the hell's happening to baseball? All right, here's the great Arky Vaughan here batting with 2 down. Arky, nothing for 2. We're probably going to bring in his tutor here pretty soon, Hannes Wagner, and take Bobby Wallace out. 1-2 pitch. And this one straight up the chimney. Johnny Kling flings aside the mask. Will there be enough real estate? Indeed, there will be. Arky Vaughan pops out to Johnny Kling to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is still 3-0. George Stone, nothing for 2 in the box. And Benny Fry, after giving up those 3 runs in the first, has held this 1900 team scoreless. Just 1 strikeout and a walk, so letting his defense do a lot of the work for him. 0-2 pitch. And just as I say that, he picks up a strikeout. And that's number 4 for Benny Fry. And now it's time for Hannes Wagner to come into the game, as I do in this league. So, good job, Bobby Wallace. And now we bring in Hannes Wagner, and he will stay in it short for the rest of the game. Wagner hitting .226 with 2 home runs, 3 runs batted in. So Wagner and Wallace really sharing playing time here. 1-2 pitch. Wagner swings, and this one through the box. Vaughn has it, and Wagner, too much speed. And the teacher tells the pupil, I haven't taught you everything. So the Flying Dutchman is aboard with 1 down, and the 8-time National League batting champion on an incredible speed. 1 out now for Bill Bradley. Bill Bradley 1 for 2 in the game with an RBI. Wagner has a big leadoff first. Garrett watching him closely. Benny Fry checks the runner. Here's home. And here's the pitch to throw down. Wagner off to the races. And the pitch out. Nothing doing. Hannes Wagner picking up the stolen base. All right, so potential 4th run in scoring position for the 1900s. And there goes Wagner starting toward third. Fly ball by Bill Bradley to left. Medwick has it. Wagner tagging, and he will hold as the throw gets into Harlan Cliff to third base. So 2 down now for Johnny Kling. 0 for 2 in the game, is flown out twice. Full count. Bouncer to Gehringer. Gehringer to Gehrig, and that will retire the side. We head to the top of the 7th inning, 3-0. Christy Mathewson tossing a beautiful 6-hitter right now. So, but these 1930s, looking a little anemic today, but when you've got somebody like Medwick batting in the 7 slot, you've got a tough lineup. So it will be Medwick, Clift, and we'll see whether Benny Fry will come out to bat here in the top of the 7th. Good crowd in the chat and good crowd here in St. Louis. Thanks very much, everybody. So perfect 2 for 2 for Ducky Medwick, member of the Gas House Gang Cardinals. Matty ready to go now. 0-1 pitch, swung on, and 3 for 3 for Ducky Medwick. He is seeing Mathewson really well. 7th hit for the 1930s, and Joe Medwick owns 3 of those 7 hits. All right, brings up Harlan Clift. Clift 0 for 2 in the game. 0-2 pitch, and Harlan Clift cut and a miss, and that one fastball there by Christy Mathewson. All right, 1 away, and will Benny Fry bat for himself? He did have a single his last time up, and he will. And to no avail in the 0-2 pitch. Fry swings and misses, and Mathewson bring in the fastball. So some Factoryville heat there, 2 down, and brings up Mel Ott. Again, Mel Ott in for the injured Paul Wayner, who made a great catch against the right field wall. Didn't quite do a bump Bailey, though, as he will see action again. Mel Ott came in, popped a short his last time up. Medwick on at first. 1-0 pitch. And Mel Ott swings. Will this get down in front of Thomas? No, Thomas with a full body extension. Center field. 3rd out. 7th inning stretch time. It is still 3-0. Aaron Reed joins us with his trademark "Let me hear ya." So Midlife Crisis here says that he watched Game 1 of the 85 LCS today. Charlie Lieberman threw a fadeaway to right-handed batters. Kubek made a point of distinguishing between that and screwball. Interesting that Kubek would make that distinction, because everything that I have read is that the screwball was the fadeaway. So I don't know. Tony Kubek, who played the game, or just about every baseball historian I've ever read. Interesting distinction, though, huh? Midlife Crisis continuing. He knows his Pennsylvania. He says good old Factoryville. He says it was so small. It says welcome to Factoryville on both sides of the sign. Of course, Mathewson attending at that time Bucknell College, which is now Bucknell University. He's buried there. And the stadium named Christy Matthews Stadium. So, all right. Keystone Junior College used to have a big display under glass of Mathewson's gear when he played there before going to Bucknell. So cool. So the one thing I love about Christy Matthews, besides being a great pitcher, as a magician and who's interested in hustles and cons and stuff like that, Christy Mathewson was a card cheat, and he would hustle people in checkers and all kinds of stuff. So the Christian gentleman had a fun side to him. So Mathewson, in that inaugural class, 1936. All right. Of course, that ceremony not held till 1939. Mathewson not there, of course. Inhaled some mustard gas during train exercises in the First World War. All right. Maddie has a single and a strikeout. Bottom of the 7th. And here we go. Mathewson and then Thomas and Lajway do up. 0-1 pitch. Maddie swings. Fly ball center field. Easy play for Earl Averill for 1 down. David Randall says, kept getting emails about Bucknell. Bucknell's a very, very good school. Very good school. A good friend of mine was the head librarian there, so I went up there and did some some GIS conferences and stuff like that at the time. Bucknell, a beautiful campus too, it really is. All right, here we go. There, the academic standards of Bucknell are incredible. They really are. All right, and that's a Penn State grad saying that. So, all right, here's Roy Thomas. Roy Thomas is 1 for 3 in the ball game, singled way back in the first, back in ancient history. Benny Fry holding his own here against this team. 2-0 pitch. Thomas sends this one to center field. Averill back, signals for it, has the catch, tells Mel, don't worry, Mel, I've got it. All right, 2 away now, and the great Napoleon Lajoie, who ripped and tore it up in the McGreevy League. So again, the McGreevy League is coming up soon. Take notes. All right, Lajoie, RBI double back in the first. He's lined out twice since. Benny Fry winds and deals. 0-1 pitch, and Lajoie, hard hit ball into the right field alley. Caroms away from Averill, and Lajoie is going to stop at second. So Napoleon Lajoie hitting his 5th double of the season and his 2nd today. And these 1900s have been making some noise after 2 outs. All right, Buck Freeman, 1 for 3 in the box now. Lajoie, great lead there at second base. 1-2 pitch, and he swings this one in the alley, and that's going to be run number 4. Buck Freeman with the RBI double, and the 1900s cushion an already significant lead here in the late innings. It's 4-0. Freeman's first double of the season. All right. So, for anybody that ever wants to visit Bucknell, Midlife Crisis got you covered here. Says they used to have a great seafood restaurant in Lewisburg, so you can go past the prison and see all the mafia guys too. With an all-you-can-eat buffet, good by our cheap standards. We drive 40 minutes just to eat there and roll. Guys, if you're ever in PA and you're in the Lewisburg area, go to see. It's just a walk around Bucknell. It's a beautiful campus. It's not. Again, Penn State's beautiful too. Penn State is monolithic, huge. Bucknell has that real kind of classic kind of university feel to it. And it's, you got any kids thinking about college, you would do a lot worse than Bucknell. And what the hell, it's the school Christy Mathewson went to, so there you go. Top of the 8th inning here, 2 down. I'm sorry, yeah, top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th, 1 in. I'm sorry. Fred Tenney, I'm gushing now about Bucknell. See that? All right. So not such a good day here for Fred Tenney, who's bunted out, struck out, and grounded out. All right. So tip of the hat to Barney Fry, but getting touched up for another one here. 2-1 pitch. And Gehrig will take it to the bag himself for out number 3. We go to the top of the 8th inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. And it's the 1900s looking to improve to 10-3, and the 1930s nothing, and they may fall to 7-6 and drop into 3rd place. All right, Charlie Gehringer, Lou Gehrig, and Mickey Cochran do it. Matty deals 0-1 pitch. Fly ball right field. This one's got distance. Up and off the wall. Freeman plays the carom. And Charlie Gehringer in scoring position. First double of the season for him. And here comes the Iron Horse. Gehrig has whiffed twice in this game and has flown out. Swing of the bat. And we got a 4-2 ball game. 0-2 pitch. And Lou Gehrig will take a line drive base hit to right. And Charlie Gehringer rounds 3rd, but they're going to hold. So runners at the corners now for Mickey Cochran. Cochran 0 for 3 today. And Matty working from the stretch. Wait, Johnny Kling having a quick word with Big Six. Now back behind. 1-2 pitch. This should be deep enough to score a run. Roy Thomas has it. Tagging at 3rd is Charlie Gehringer. And the throw is never going to catch him, of course, as it hits Hannes Wagner. So the 1930s here in the top of the 8th get on the board. It is now 4-1. All right, here's the center fielder, Earl Averill. Earl 0 for 3 in the game. First pitch swinging, Averill. This one could be trouble, and it's gone. It is gone in the 1930s now. Boy, they've completely done some serious damage. Now it's a ball game, 4-3. The 1930s with their 10th hit, and that home run by Earl Averill, 378 feet. Mathewson's pitch count at 112. All right. Nothing going that I can see so far in the bullpen as Arky Vaughn settles in the box on the left-hand side. Vaughn, nothing for 3. 1-1 pitch. Vaughn swings. This one down the right field line. Giving chase is Freeman. This one twisting and just on the wrong side of the foul. All right, let's rewind it again. Vaughn back in the box. And the 1-2 pitch. Vaughn swings. This one a high fly ball toward the pole. And this one fouled out of play. So Vaughn's going to get another look at Big Six. That time, Mathewson bringing the hammer, but Vaughn just turning a little too soon. Here we go, 1-2 pitch. And Vaughn straightens this one out. Line drive to right, and this one is gone. And the 1930s take the lead. Or no, I mean, they tie the game up. I'm sorry, it's now 4-4. And here comes Joe Medwick. So if there's any time to think about giving the great Christy Mathewson the hook, it might be now. It might be now. All right. As Modern Relic says, can't keep the Bombers down for long, and that's true. I mean, home run wise, and I forgot to put up I should have both lineups. I have to remember that for the next game. But yeah, you look here. I mean, there's just power. So if you look at this lineup over here, the guy with the fewest home runs is Arky Vaughn with 10. But you've got some serious pop in here with Gehrig, of course, the big slugger here with 33 home runs. But wow. So we got us a whole new ball game here. The 1930s 4-11-0 with 7 left on, and the 1900s 4-9-0 and 6 left stranded. Joe Medwick, can he go 4 for 4 against Mathewson? 1-1 pitch. Medwick sends this one to center field. Thomas back and off the wall. And Medwick, how about it? Picks up the double. Perfect day for Ducky Medwick. And here comes Harlan Clift. And the 1930s faithful having some things to cheer about now. The 1930s have posted 4 here in the top of the 8th inning. Clift struck out his last time. He struck out twice in the game. Mathewson clearly showing signs of fatigue. 0-1 pitch. Swung on. Bounding ball. Lajoie to Tenney for out number 2 on the play. Ducky Medwick will move to third. Now will Benny Fry bat for himself? He will not. And striding to the plate will be Johnny Frederick. Left-handed hitter. Frederick swings in a 2-0 pitch. This one high, but not deep enough as Buck Freeman goes back and makes the catch. But the damage has been done. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and we are tied at 4. And we will have George Stone, Hannes Wagner, and Bill Bradley do up. Hope you guys are enjoying this game. Yeah, what a comeback. How about it? Jeez. Because there I was talking about the 1900s about to go to 10-3, but there you go. That's baseball for you. All right, here we go. And we have us a new pitcher in here, Mace Brown, on in relief now. So Benny Fry's day is done. Mace Brown, good for approximately 75 pitches, and promptly comes in and strikes out George Stone. All right, here's Hannes Wagner. Wagner 1 for 1. coming in and replacing Bobby Wallace. Wagner swings in the first pitch. Fly ball left field. Deep to left. But Medwick has it just short of the wall. 2 up, 2 down now. So Mace Brown to face Bill Bradley. Bradley 1 for 3. Kicks and deals. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball over second into center field. And that will be hit number 10 for the 1900s. So 22 hits between these two teams. And here's Johnny Kling. Johnny Kling is nothing for 3. A chance for Kling to get something done right here. And a throw over. Gehrig with the tag, but too late. So not going to catch Bill Bradley that easily. 1-0 pitch on the way. Kling swings. And this one, hard hit ground ball to right. Melott up with it and turn it on the Jets is Bill Bradley, and he'll make it to third. So 2 away for the 1900s. And Christy Mathewson at bat. And there is Legend Sports Universe. The man, the myth, the legend says I have rosters for something like this I compiled a while ago. If MLB The Show ever allows for custom league sizes, I'll probably develop it for that. There's decades of leagues also. So yeah, I mean, Legends, how often have we talked about this, that San Diego studios really, they got to get more friendly toward modders, man, what you guys have done. So great to see you. Great to see you in here, Legends. It's okay. Mathewson probably has another 9 innings in him. All right, let's stick with Matty with 2 down. All right, Mace Brown ready out of the stretch and the 1-0 pitch. And Mathewson grounded to Harlan Clift and close play at first, but they nip Mathewson in the 5-3 putout. We go to the 9th, and we are knotted at 4. All right, so Todd B, greeting Legends. Everybody greeting the Legends in here. Remember, please subscribe to Legend Sports Universe. Baseball, boxing, American football, basketball, hockey. Does it all. And he's one of the guys who can actually broadcast and makes it really, really fun. All right, Mel Ott leads things off. We're back at the top of the order again. Ott in for the injured Paul Wayner. Then it's going to be Charlie Gehrig and Lou Gehrig. All right, so Mel Ott popped to short, line to center. Been talking about Ott's power. Will he show it here? And you want to see a good example of Ott's power in the YouTube community? Check out Franchise Stars Baseball League. Ott is an absolute beast. 2-2 pitch by Mel Ott. Soft little liner back to Big 6. So 1 away. They're going to remain on their feet here in St. Louis, serving as the home club or the home ballpark for tonight. So Charlie Gehringer with 3 hits today. And waiting on deck is Lou Gehrig. Big story of this game has been Ducky Medwick. Perfect 4 for 4. 2-2 pitch on the way. Lazy fly ball out to center. Thomas backpedals about 10 steps and makes the catch for out number 2. All right, good conversation going on as Legend Sports Universe letting us know that he's doing the ratings for year 5 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League. That'll be coming up in a little while. I know he's jumping to some, I think he said American football first. But that will be back. Never fear. And this was, I think year 4 Legends was the best so far. They just get better and better and better. And that one was just some electrifying moments in it. All right, 2 down for the Iron Horse. Bases empty. Mathewson still looking pretty strong out there after that shaky last inning. And this one lined right to Napoleon Lajoie. We go to the bottom of the 9th. And again, not a lot of power from these dead ballers. All right, and it will be the 1-2-3. Thomas, Lajoie, and Freeman. Mace Brown will stay in the game. 4-4 is your score. And Mace Brown behind in the count 3-1 gives up the free pass to Roy Thomas. Napoleon Lajoie. 3 game-winning RBIs in this young season. We're just in game 13. Throw over. Thomas back quickly. Gehrig with a good tag there. 3-1 pitch. Mace Brown loses him. Now it's going to be trouble because what these dead ballers might lack in the long ball, they have other creative ways to score. Here comes Buck Freeman. 2 on, nobody out. Buck Freeman 2 for 4 in the day, so he's been seeing the 1930s pitching pretty well, but he hasn't seen Mace Brown yet. 0-1 pitch, and this one popped up towards short. Arky Vaughn backing up. Loves it for out number 1. All right, here's Fred Tenney. Fred Tenney, a frozen 0 for 4. Mace Brown winds and deals. And Fred Tenney grounds this one into left. This could be your game. Yep, coming around to score. Walk-off RBI single that scores Thomas. A hell of a ball game we had here. Fred Tenney picking up a second game of winning RBI this season. In the 1900s will indeed improve to 10-3. Let's do a recap. This was a fun baseball game. But the big feature of this, of course, was showing off Mike, Jamie, Jeff's the fantastic 2,620. Oh my God, crazy teams. All right, so for the 1900s, they do improve to 10-3. The line score for them: 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. For the 1930s, 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors. This was a clean game, no errors. Mathewson will improve to 3-0. Mace Brown tagged with the loss. He will go to 2-1. For the 1930s, a little bit more highlights coming up just a little bit short for them, but Medwick, a perfect 4 for 4 today with a double. Charlie Gehringer went 3 for 5 with a double. Earl Averill had a big home run. So 1 for 4, 2 RBI. Napoleon Lajoie went 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Taking a look at pitching here. No triples in this game, damn it. Anyhow, Benny Fry was a late inning or late pregame scratch of Dizzy Dean, who was supposed to start tonight. So Fry goes 7, 4 earned runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts. So 3.33 ERA for him. Mace Brown then came and pitched 1 1/3. Gave up the earned run that you just saw. Walked 2, struck out 1. Big 6. 9 innings, 12 hits, 4 earned runs, gave up 2 home runs. Struck out 6 for Matty, and a 2.67 earned run average. And your player of the game is Napoleon Lajoie. And Paul Wainer out for 1 day for an injury. So there we go. And we're going to let the standings just kind of zip up here a little bit, and we'll let you guys know what's going on, and then we'll talk for a few minutes, and then we'll get out of here. So the 1900s, 10 wins and 3 losses, 2 games up on the 1950s, who are 8-5 and 2 games back. The 1910s and the 2000s, we got a real pack here. The 1990s and the 1930s, all tied for third place at 7-6 and 3 back. And then sort of everybody else bringing up the bottom of the 19th century at 4-9. Looking at some batting leaders, again, how meaningful is it when you're into game 13? Pete Rose leading the league in batting average right now at 391. Sherry McGee leading in home runs with 7. Cal Ripken Jr. with 17 RBI, tied with Sherry McGee. McGee having a pretty good year, yeah. Sherry McGee also leading the league right now in OPS. For pitching, Epirixie with the best ERA, 0.79. Falk with 3 wins, along with the Rocket and Catfish Hunter. Hoyt Wilhelm leading in saves. And Bob Feller leading with 36 strikeouts. So there we go. Yeah, how about it, right? Legend Sports Universe's Epirixie 0-2 with a sub-1 earned run average. Yeah. And Sherry McGee, again, yeah, very underrated. This guy, just excellent player, man. Is this a tournament or a full season? This is a full season. So this will be among the other things that I'm doing, and we keep returning to this one. But this one's a lot of fun. One that I thought would be fun that maybe we'll try again another time is the state tournament, which is really, really kind of neat. Because in that one, you have Babe Ruth and Jimmy Fox on the same team. Pretty scary there, two Marylanders. But if you like this, you got to get on the Action PC boards and let Dave Cook know. So next major broadcast, or whatever broadcast, we're going to be starting round 2 of our Boston.com tournament and Out of the Park Baseball 26. Pocket Pennant Run, not sure about Sunday night. I'm going to be letting everybody know as much as I can about Mike Silva, about this great project that he has. And Chris Slovik hasn't been around lately, but I think Chris would absolutely just go bananas over it, as I know I am, and many of you will. And he'll be on the next Diamonds and Dice. And that's pretty much it. Oh, thank you, Dwayne. I really, really appreciate it. And I will get with you, maybe if any, just in Discord, just some tips on what I'm, just a better workflow for the ballpark editor and Digital Diamond Baseball. So, guys, thank you very much. For Beatles Eternally, this was a pretty quick broadcast at 1 hour and 40 some minutes. So please, everybody support each other and what you're doing on the Discords, and all the content creators: Dwayne March, Legend Sports Universe, Aaron Reed, Bernie Strom, Mike Silva, SGJ Jamie, who has a channel. Go subscribe to Jamie's channel as well. RGO Network, Baseball Demos, all of them. Clinton Parks is going to be back to broadcasting in a short space of time. Don't know exactly when, but you guys are going to be a real treat. Real professor of baseball right there. Thank you so much, Legends. Means a lot coming from you, brother. Thank you, man. Modern Relic, thank you. I want to thank you guys, family. Thank you for coming in. It's always a blast. So normally I do thank everybody, but I'm kind of feeling the Bernie Strom losing my voice thing. So I'm just going to say you're all family. Love you guys, man. We come together here to celebrate this greatest of all games. And till the next time, let's see, he's around the batting cage. And if any of you got the subscription to Baseball Digest, the digital Baseball Digest, I was messing around with it at work tonight a little bit, and it's got a great search engine. So for $38, and it's every issue of Baseball Digest, you can't go wrong. All right. See you next time, guys. See you around the batting cage. Good night.